Hello, people, and welcome to the all new episode of the Freak Show, episode 142. How you doing, Freak John?
I'm good. I'm always tired nowadays with my new schedule at work, but I'm good. As you can
What's
tell,
the
I'm already
you,
tired.
you still got that same schedule right now until
I
until
do.
they give you until they give you a regular schedule, right?
So my boss is having surgery tomorrow, so she took off. Um, so they're not sure if they're going to change our schedule. According to her, she's going to hopefully try and get them not to. So right now I'm working Monday through Friday, 4 a.m. to 1 p.m.
You know what? That's not bad at all. Sometimes
So my old ass is in bed by 6, 7 o'clock.
taking a dirt nap.
But do I have to? But I'm gonna try and get. So you got basically a bid for your schedule, and a buddy of mine has 2:30 to 11 at night. So that's perfect. It's not too early. It's not too late. You get home, it's enough time to have a couple drinks and watch a movie, and you miss traffic throughout the whole day. That's the biggest thing for me. Like driving in.
Yeah,
So I work at LaGuardia Airport. So driving in, I'd fly there because I live here about 2:30 in the morning. I'm there by 3 o'clock. There's no traffic at all. It's 1, 2, 3. Coming home, I still hit some traffic because it's the construction. So it takes me. What takes me 27 minutes to get there in the morning, takes me over an hour to get home. It sucks, but it is what
not
it
bad.
is. How have you been, sir?
I'm pretty good. So this weekend we had a Billy the Artist book signing. It was very successful. Your lights are in the office downstairs.
Okay. Well, I'll grab those eventually because I will not
It's
be
in a.
here this weekend. Since I
Oh
work
yeah,
for
that's
the
right.
airports, I fly away a lot now.
So where you going to New Orleans for how many days?
Just 2 nights. Friday, leaving Friday right after work, and then I'm gonna be there. I'm flying back Sunday morning because I have work Monday at 2 a.m.
At
Well,
2
4 a.m.
a.m. Damn.
4 a.m.
You
When I
want
get up
his?
to 2 a.m. Yeah.
Kevin Smith said he still got more story of the new He-Man universe that he started.
What did you think of it? Did you watch the second half?
You know what? I liked it. To me, it was like He-Man. And
Yeah.
they made this girl Tita the sorceress because we always knew that the man in arm was her father, and we knew the
Yeah.
sorcerer was her mother. It was something that we relieved, like they knew in the first Master of the Universe.
What kills me is what I so much what kills me. I so what I love is the fact that he is bringing everybody into the stories and killing 90% of them. Not gonna play spoilers, but Fisto and Grippa get their shit kicked out. The fact
Yeah,
they
they
brought in
died.
Fisto, like, come on, man, that was the worst name, the worst pornographic name. Like, I think they made a joke about it too. Like, he's gonna fist him. Like, I don't want to be fisted. It was something. It was. I remember watching, going, dude, that one's rough. How do you even say that one? Don't get fisted. Oh.
And Evil Lynn, she got her just to be served at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was good. I
So
thought it was good.
I wasn't. Everyone hated the Skeletor God angle, and I don't know why. Like, why were they so uptight about that?
I thought that was cool that he finally got the power. He was holding everything because for years that's all he wanted. But we also didn't know that somebody could just grab the sword and turn into
And
He-Man.
do it, yeah. Yeah,
I
when he
thought
became
that's
the Berserker He-Man, that was cool. He was fucking everybody up. I love that shit.
yeah. Because if you saw the ending of that one, they're going to introduce the Horde, the group.
The Evil
Remember
Horde,
that? Yeah,
that was cool as hell. I was
I think
very
that's what they're going to do.
because I don't people remember the old. That was kind of the old thing with the old comics and the old cartoons and whatnot. Was Skeletor had his group, He-Man was his group, but the Evil Horde was kind of the group in the middle that hated everybody. So it was a
Yeah,
three-way fight, which I think was the first time. I guess for me, even for me as a kid, it was the first time I ever saw. It's always like good guys and bad guys, but the Evil Horde were like the middle guys. And I'd never really seen that aspect of I don't want to say play, but stories. With a middle guy who hates both.
the funny thing about that, they went on She-Ra. Remember that? They started the He-Man
Mm-hmm.
movie and then went into the She-Ra movie.
Well, did you watch the Toys That Make Us?
Which one?
The toys that make us. It's on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I seen the one with the wrestling toys. I seen the one with
Did
the
you watch the
He-Man.
one with He-Man? Did you watch
Yeah.
the He-Man? Where they say She-Ra is the reason He-Man went under?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't cool when little girls started playing with the He-Man figures. They're like, fuck you, I don't want to play no more. Which, honestly, I hate to say it, is very true.
Yeah,
The
it
minute,
was true.
I remember I bought a bunch of She-Ra figures because I'm like, yo, it's Adam's, cousin. She's part of the lore. She's part of the... Yeah, nah, they were like, nah, bullshit. Kids would not have that.
But that was a good show, the She-Ra, because they had like really bad guys. They were better, even horrible on that show. So,
what
so
was that little fucking Rugrats name on that show? Do you remember that? You had to find him. Remember you had to find him throughout the show, and at the end they would tell you where he was?
I don't even remember that, man.
If anybody is watching this, or put the comment down below of what his little... It was like their version of Orko. It was like that furry little bullshit thing.
I kind of remember. Dude, what do you think today? Like 2 weeks ago, WWE was in that new USBS arena, and they only sold 5,000 seats. And AEW is going to be there today. They sold like 9,000 seats. What do you think about that?
Dude, I gotta tell you, I don't know what's going on with WWE. I don't know what management's happening. I don't know. I don't understand it. The storylines are horrible. The Liv Morgan match last night was phenomenal, and why she lost. I mean, they got to give her due diligence. It's getting to that point of like, all right, enough. You're abusing this chick now.
But I think they're doing that to build her up, to have like that big storyline, maybe for WrestleMania, maybe for something else. Because you know what, they always do that. They always know they give that hit. That look, she puts up with her. She almost beat the champ, but she got beaten at the end, and it's the whole thing about.
Yeah,
now you're going to chase again, redemption, and all this stuff. That's pretty much what they do.
I hope. Like I said, I hope they don't just. I mean, dude, you look at guys like Keith Lee. They start giving this big push was a Bearcat, Meerkat, whatever the fuck it was.
Bearcat, that's a
and then they fire him. So you kind of really don't know.
But you know what? The reason. You know the reason those people got fired, right? Like the real reason.
No, why?
Those were the few athletes that refused to get the
vaccine.
shot.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, do you really think that's the reason?
A lot of people were saying that because they gave a date. None of them did it before the date. There was one or two that did it before the date. Like Sasha Banks got finally vaccinated. She didn't want to get vaccinated.
That's hard to believe, though, man. Really?
Yeah, because they have very different rules for people that were vaccinated and not vaccinated. They almost did like the NFL. Like, if you're not vaccinated, you can't work out with the team. You got to work by yourself. You gotta wear your mask. Like, they got all kind of crazy rules now. You see that?
I mean, I see this idiot mayor now wants to make it where you have to be boosted to go eat. And like, I can't take my son now to go eat somewhere because he's 11. And he's not fucking vaccinated.
And that's why he gets the motherfucker of the week again.
All right, go into it. Go ahead.
You know what he's going to do? He's planning to actually make booster shot a mandate.
Yeah.
Booster shot.
What I don't get is he's out of office in what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? So why is he still making any fucking rules? Shut the fuck up. You stole $1 billion of taxpayers' money because you and your idiot wife. Go away. Shoo.
My favorite thing is all those heroin clinics they open up so you can get high. And the first week they were like 5 OD, but they all lived because they got saved by the clinic.
Did you see the one guy? I think it was the other day, the idiot on the train tracks getting hit by the train. Or the other idiot who burnt the Christmas tree down. Did you see that one?
Yeah, by Fox News, the guy burned down the Christmas tree. This guy was homeless.
Did you see the blaze though? That shit went up like
it was an epic fire. That thing went up. Hey, John, that thing went up like a Christmas tree.
I saw the video. I was like, what the fuck? I saw the before and after because Gina's friend Kim was there. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with people? People are losing their minds. But so what I don't get is, and hear me out, de Blasio's fucking retarded visually impaired wife said she spent $1 billion on mental health people in New York City. New York City is like the 80s. For those who don't live here, it's as bad as it was in the 80s. The shit going on now, people are losing their fucking minds. So where did you spend this $1 billion to help the mentally ill when they mentally ill are fucking running the city?
Dude, they were supposed to be spend that money to get them like housing and keep them off the street and stuff like that.
And keep them medicated and shit. That ain't working.
No, it ain't working because they're out there, man. Especially, dude. The other day I went to Penn Station and Penn Station downstairs. Like the new building is nice and pretty. They're not laying the homeless in there. The old building, the homeless took it. It looks like a scene of The Walking Dead.
How many are homeless now? The homeless in New York City have skyrocketed. The crazy is that everything is skyrocketing. And they wonder why everyone's moving out. Now, do you think that's what they want to do? Do you think they're trying to get everyone out so they can buy in and then change it? And then the property value goes up. Sort of like the L train fiasco.
Yeah, the L train, they didn't even need to. A lot of people were moving out because they were scared. Rent even actually lowered by the L train. And what happened? Those people...
Everything plummeted there. I know two people who left rent-controlled housing because they were worried about not getting to work. And mysteriously, half an hour before they closed it down, they found a new technology, a new way. Give me a fucking break. Come on.
Actually, you know what they found? They probably did it during the pandemic. It was time to do it because there was not that many people. And did they follow protocol? Was everybody vaccinated? Was everybody...
Well, again, supposedly they found a new way of doing it. Well, all they had to do was close one tunnel at a time. It was a new way from Europe, they learned. I'm like, really? You're looking now into Europe? Those motherfuckers have been doing things better than us for a long time. Look at the Japanese, bro. Look at that train system.
Oh, that train system is... I seen video of that train. That thing, it's moving and it's fast. It comes on time.
Dude, I was there. Like I said, the train was 7 minutes late one day. They had posters all over the next day apologizing for being 7 minutes late. Could you imagine being able to time your commute exactly to a train being on time every fucking day?
You know who's actually pretty good? That's pretty... They keep the schedule pretty much like 80% of the time. It's... you guys said the Long Island Railroad and the Metro. They're pretty good.
Yeah, because they're not governed by the corrupt assholes in New York City.
Because when they say they're going to be there, if your train's leaving at 5:04, it's leaving at 5:04. You know?
With or without you. With or without you. That's one thing I will say. Working at the airports, you see people losing their shit over missing their flights. And they lose their shit, and it's like, it's your own fault, dummy. You can't show up to a 5:10 flight or a 5:11 flight at 5:10. You can't do that. The flight's gone. You're out. I flew out 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever it was, to West Palm. I don't know if I told this story yet. And these people lost their friggin' minds. They were going to I was in the terminal waiting. They were going to New Orleans, which is where I'm going on Friday. And this woman, I won't say what color she was. She comes walking up, and all you hear is, "That door better not be closed. That door better not be," and she's screaming at the top of her lungs. The terminal's busy. It got to the point where she's screaming at the ticket agent. Ticket agent is very calm, collective. Then the husband's yelling at her, saying, "Calm down." She's screaming at him. The other two friends are just like yelling for no reason whatsoever. Dude, she starts throwing the petitions, the things that hold like the ropes. She's just launching them across the terminal, screaming because she showed up 15 minutes late to her flight. They called their names like 4 times. Bro, I'm sitting there giggling like a schoolgirl, laughing my ass off watching this. I was trying to get video without getting yelled, without getting caught and get yelled at. They were flipping out. And in my head, I'm going, your flight was at 5:10. It's now 5:25. What did you think they were gonna do?
Dude, there was a time and when we could just get like a half an hour to fly the plane and we'll get on it because it was a whole different world. So after 9/11, now you got to get there almost like 2 hours earlier just because you never know now. Especially now
that
that a
because
lot more
you don't
people
know
are flying.
people do. I'll tell you right now, people are flying like crazy. So
Mm-hmm.
yesterday I moved yesterday. I was saying it earlier, 600 plus bags, and people are flying, man. This, like I said, the Omicron variant, which I think is hysterical because it's less deadly than Delta. It's more contagious, less deadly, and I love how every news report says you've probably already had it, you don't know it. So why the fuck? If you get the booster, it'll help you, but it's okay. Like I don't understand how dumb we're getting in this world.
Stupidity is a disease that everybody's catching because it's just like, I don't know, man. Even the other variant, what was the other one they had? Delta. It was a
Delta
little
one,
bit
yeah.
more contagious, but it was like, you know what? You only had to stay home for like 3-4 days to quarantine.
What's this came with the Omicron one is that they're saying it's not that big of a deal. Like it might kill some people who are already sick with other shit, like I don't know, the flu, everything else that we've had. But like it's not that big of a deal. So then why are we discussing it? Why are we bringing it up? Why are we going crazy about it?
You know what the problem is, and I hate to say this, the media doesn't have Trump anymore, so they got to create a new villain. They got to create a new
Yeah.
guy to have people. Oh my God! So guess what? We're gonna have Corona for the next 20 years. It's almost like you remember AIDS. Everybody, AIDS was the thing that was killing. Everybody was talking about AIDS. Oh my God! I want to go wear condoms, do this, do that, do all kind of stuff to protect yourself. And then there were people dying from AIDS before we really knew what the hell it was.
I gotta tell you, I'm not saying AIDS is not out there still, but I haven't really heard of many deaths of AIDS nowadays.
Huh?
I haven't heard very many deaths of AIDS at all nowadays.
No, nowadays, because they actually got medicine that can stop it from, they got a lot better medicine. They got medicine that you can live with HIV for the rest of your life and not catch AIDS. You just got to be medicated.
I want to know what Magic Johnson sold his soul to. Because that motherfucker he's one of the first ones who got AIDS. He looks great. He looks amazing.
He probably went to the shaman, from the
He's getting blood
from
transfusions
DC.
of little children every other goddamn day. Speaking of little children being molested, that bitch is still on trial, but the media's kind of silent about her, aren't they? Ain't nobody talking about that.
Dude, did you see some of the picture that they just found that they released in Cold Hard like years ago with Epstein that were young and hanging out and all this stuff? But I'm
Dude,
waiting for her to.
every victim, well, a bunch of them came out and said, yo, she knew what she was doing. She's playing the dumb card of, oh, I didn't know. I only did it because he told me. And every victim's like, nah, bitch. You were the one pushing the envelope. Come on.
Hey, but how many people went there?
A lot.
You
Well,
couldn't
here's my
say
thing.
no.
Here's
Here's
my
my
thing.
thing. You couldn't say no. There was the one young girl that's bitching, but she went to the island like 6-7 times.
True.
So you already knew what you were getting into.
When you're underage, though, still, you don't have the right of saying what the fuck you're doing. Hey, I don't know where the fuck their parents were. My 16-year-old son says, hey, I'm going to go on an island with some guy. Nah, no, you're not. Get over here. Same as Michael Jackson. I'm going to hang on Michael Jackson. Bitch, no, you're not. Get over here. My thing is like, so they're like, oh, well, this one person flew on his plane. And that person flew on the plane. I'm like, why is it a big deal that they flew on the plane? Like, I go to parties sometimes, and there's a lot of drugs in those parties. And then I leave. Or I say, oh, I'm not going to be here. I won't come back to this. So if you don't know what the fuck is going on, how are you held accountable for that shit? That's the one thing I don't get. The motherfuckers who went back 2 dozen times,
Yeah,
you
I
know
don't
what
get
you're
that.
doing. You know what's going on then. But like they mentioned that, I forget who a report was. It was some celebrity. He flew on Epstein's plane once. Okay. Like, I don't understand how that makes you, this kind of a person that they're trying to label you to be because you did something, because you rode a plane once. How do you know that he didn't know what the fuck was going on? Maybe he wrote it once and said, or she wrote it once and said, oh shit, I see what's going on here. I don't want to be here. I'm out.
That's true. But John, I'm going to give you a sample. What's the big difference of going to Epstein Island and then going to the Playboy Mansion? That probably shit like that happened too.
About 10 years. Playboy Mansion at 26, and Epstein Island at 16.
But think about how what's the difference going there? There were underage girls. There was a lot of stuff of underage girl
Really?
in the
Playboy
Playboy
Mansion? Really?
Mansion. Like
Really?
17, 18. There were girls that young out there. But you know
I
what?
didn't
They
know
say, oh,
that.
but they were of age. Yeah. If you ever hear some of the scandal, you know what? They kept it. It was the same thing. Every celebrity want to go to Playboy Mansion. This guy do parties all the time, you know. and
Yeah,
and what the
but I didn't know they
hell?
were underage though. I didn't read anything about that.
I think if you look at, there's definitely some underage girl. Because there was some girl that lied about age. Remember Tracy Law? She was doing porno like when she was 16 years old.
Yeah, she was
Because she
mad
died
young.
about her. She died about her age. And if you looked at Tracy Law at 16 or 17, she doesn't look like a 16, 17-year-old woman.
Dude, you see some of these broads nowadays, broads, the kids, I should call them, on TikTok and shit. Some of them, I'm like, where the fuck are your parents? How at 15 and your parents let you wear booty shorts and shaking your ass? Like, what, are you kidding me? Put some fucking. Thank God I got a son, not a daughter. I whip her ass.
Dude, you see people put all those dancing videos with all those. Now you got like mothers and daughters doing this. Ridiculous, man. It's like, oh man.
And the grandmothers, it's like, come on, bro. Granny, put your teeth in and put your clothes on. Stop doing that shit.
Dude, you saw that we broke another milestone? We were in the top 150 in America for podcasts.
Wasn't that interesting?
And I was
Well,
like,
thank you to all the listeners and people subscribing.
yeah, we definitely need more subscribers. The more subscribers we get, the better, you know? But
I
we subscribe. But
appreciate that.
I was under the show Hey Bartender. I just did an interview with Hey Bartender. Christina did the interview too, and she had an excellent interview with the guy Anthony for Hey Bartender. Christina's quite a character. It was a good show, and I did a whole thing with him, and I just started talking about the old days of bartending, how weird bars were, how rough, and how over the century the clientele has changed. You know, you had all these guys that were just neighborhood guys. Or you had the construction workers that would run in there for an hour, pound
Yeah,
some
go
beer,
back
and
to
then
work.
go back to work. And you knew you would just have beers on top of the bar because these guys would just grab it and throw you money. But by the time you had like 20, 30 construction workers, you would have rang $1,000. You have $400 in your pocket to go home, and that's like an
Yep.
hour. It was insane.
I was discussing recently about how and these younger kids don't get it. How used to be able to smoke in bars. I'm like, yeah, man, I used to smoke in the bars. Like any bar you walked into, you'd see a cloud of smoke because everyone smoked in bars. And they didn't understand, or couldn't believe how did you work in a bar and people are smoking everywhere and you don't smoke. I'm like, man, it's just what you dealt with.
I think the smoking ban when did it took effect? Like 2002,
I think so, yeah.
and it's been around now. But and I remember people going in the beginning, oh, the bars business are gonna get hurt because there's nobody smoking in bars. And
Dude, the business went down fast. For the first year, it hurt. You got to admit that one.
it didn't really hurt. You know what was the biggest problem? It didn't really hurt because people go out and smoke. You know what was the biggest problem? Now you got 20, 30 people outside your bar smoking and talking, so now the noise complaint goes up. That was the biggest
Yeah,
problem.
the noise ordinance. Yeah, but then was you can't smoke within 10 feet of the bar. Then you can't do this. And you can't do that. Whatever happened to? Because I know that you have the technology now, where if you had certain air filters or air filtration, you could have smoking. Whatever happened to that story or that legality?
I don't know what happened. That whole thing went away, and there was even a rule: the only person that can really smoke if you own the bar, you can smoke in your bar, and that even went away.
Like it's weird how these laws and these rules get just swept under the rug. Like I was listening to 1010 Wins this morning, and the something commission, the hospitality commission, I guess it's called.
Yeah,
They're going after De Blasio big time because he's going after these 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds who aren't vaccinated, so they can't go out to eat. And they're like, well, why doesn't he just put back into effect the to-go cups, or make it legal to drink in public? He's like, you know how many restaurants and bars loved having the ability to have to-go stuff?
yeah.
It made them a lot of money. It made things easier. I mean, you didn't see an uptick in violent crimes. You didn't see an uptick in public urinations. You didn't see an uptick in a lot of things, to my knowledge at least. So why aren't we making things like New Orleans where you can drink in public? Why has that become a thing? It goes back to when Bloomberg said you could drink wine and certain things in Central Park when the pandemic became a racist thing, which I thought was really funny. But why can we not drink in public? What is the big deal?
You know what's the funny thing that's happening now? The whole podcast, it really happened when they did the broken windows. When they started broken window, they pretty much started the rules that no more drinking, or then they started the thing you had to put it in a bag. Because even to today, if a cop comes, you can be drinking a beer. You don't have to show the cop what you have. It's your words against his. The problem is people see the cops walking up to them. They already writing themselves up because they take the bottle out of them. I would never take the bottle out of the bag. They
No.
got to prove it. I would be like, no, I'm drinking Coca-Cola. It's Pepsi or whatever.
I mean, that's why I always carry when the whole to-go thing was going. I was carrying my own cups because I'm like, I don't want to carry a red solo cup. I'm going to carry a bar cup. I carry my own little mug thing and call it a day. I just don't get what the big deal is. I don't get it. I mean, I love when I go to New Orleans, or I think Austin has it too, where I don't have to down my drink to go to the bar. I can walk with my drink to another bar.
But I also think that they're not enforcing the thing of drinking outside. I think that you just can't do the golden stuff no more. But they're not enforcing because you still see plenty of people drinking in Thompson Square Park.
I hope so. I mean, I haven't been studying in a while because, like I said, now I just fly out places. I fly everywhere now. I love it.
What's it recorded? So, what do you think of the new reveal that the She-Hulk will probably be all CGI?
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, so they were asking about the costume. So she's gonna be CGI, just like the Incredible Hulk.
Well, he's in the show, and if you watch Shang-Chi yet at all? No.
Oh yeah, he was back to the Hulk. Yeah,
he's back to Banner, and I'm like, how is he back to Banner? And his arm is still in a sling, so he's still fucked up. So, what happened?
I'm thinking maybe they're gonna give him some kind of technology to fix his arm, so he had to turn human. So when he turned Hulk, it still worked.
I hope they explain it. The new Spider-Man trailer looks unreal. That movie looks phenomenal.
Dude, you know that in Mexico people were fighting online to see the movie?
Oh, it's Mexico. Come on.
Because they already got the movie over there and the people were fighting because tickets sold out. They couldn't get tickets. There were people actually freaking fighting.
It's already out over there and it's not even not bootlegged yet?
No, it's out in some places already. They already did the thing because it comes out next week. So, like in overseas, like in China and some of these places, they'll probably be bootleg. I don't know how good they'll be, but there'll be some bootleg. But they're already out in certain places. But in Mexico, they freaked out that it's sold out.
Dude, it looks good. I watched an interview with Jimmy Fox, William Dafoe, and the other guy. I always forget the other guy's name, and they were just like, "It's a really good story. It's a really good story." I'm like, all right, fair enough.
Do you see the trailer to the Spider-Verse?
The new one, yeah. So it's weird because
it's going to be a 2 parts.
Yeah, it's going to be 2 parts, but what's killing me is that it looks like they're making Spider-Man, 2099, the bad guy, the villain.
Oh yeah, because he attacks Peter.
He attacks Miles Morales. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was like, whoa, but then that got to be explained also what's going on. So they'll probably go into some detail.
I mean, I hope a lot of it gets explained. I will say, and this is a slight at Marvel, I'm getting real tired of them putting out trailers that aren't real trailers. So with the Spider-Man one, they showed a whole bunch of clips 3 months ago, and then you watch that exact same clip now, and the other Spider-Men are added in, and this is added in, and that. I'm like, come on, man. You got to stop doing that shit. That gets real fucking dickish.
I wonder, I'm really curious to see how is it going to be. Because it actually looked like the villain is also it looked like the villain is Spider-Man and Doctor Strange.
Well, at the very end of the trailer, he says, "I can't stop it. They're coming through." Like, who does he mean by they? Because the ripples and cuts look like Dormammu. So it'll be interesting to see if he breaks the deal with Dormammu to come through, because Dormammu was a badass villain in the comics. They kind of bitched out Doctor Strange.
You know what's gonna be crazy? Have you seen some of the stuff they're doing for the new Ant-Man and Wasp Part 3, the Quantum Mania?
No. What is that?
But they're gonna. I think that guy MODOK is gonna be in it.
Oh,
the
shit.
big head guy.
Yeah.
Gonna make it. So they got a bunch of stuff going in there too, and that movie's definitely gonna be interesting. You know that?
Well, with I supposedly Kang the Conqueror, who was in the Loki series, is the main villain of that. So I was told. So I heard.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to be the main villain.
Yeah. But MODOK's badass, man. Patton Oswalt did the not the cartoon, the stop animation. Dude, that shit was funny as hell. If you've ever seen it, it's amazing. Have you ever seen that show?
Which one?
The MODOK one?
No,
Patton
but
Oswalt?
Hulu.
Yeah, it's hysterical. It is hysterical.
Dude, you know what was good? The Killer Monkey was very good.
Killer Monkeys?
Do you see that Killer Monkey?
No,
it's on Hulu. It's about a monkey. It's a monkey assassin. It's an assassin that he winds up like in a thing with monkeys, and he trained this monkey how to shoot.
It's like Monkey Shines with cartoons.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking funny. It was a comic book, and it's pretty good. You gotta see it. Like, it started off really simple, and then it's like, wow, it's all crazy and shit, but it's really good.
Do you remember that movie, Monkey Shines?
Yeah.
I think back now, like, who would ever make that movie? Let alone watch it. I know it was like a big movie back then. I think about it now. I think about it now. You look like you go, who pitches that movie? We're gonna make a movie where a monkey falls in love with a guy and kills people. If you hear that nowadays, you'd be like, get the fuck out of here, you crazy guy. Fuck you and your monkey. Get out of here. Get out of here.
It's like, it's crazy, but dude, they got so much stuff coming out right now, like with the Marvel, like, dude, think about it. Once Hawkeye is out, guess what's coming in? The book of Boba Fett. You know,
Hawkeye's good. I ain't gonna lie. I love how they're tying everything from like the Attack of New York into Hawkeye. I love all the lore they're putting into it. So I really do like the show.
I'm wondering now if they're gonna introduce because of all the things they're doing. I wonder if now they're gonna introduce like more of the because it looks like they're gonna introduce more Spider-Man villains. Like we saw that Venom is now in the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
But are all the other the vampire guy, Blade, are they all gonna be part of the Marvel universe, you think?
Well, so you didn't? Did you watch the end credit scenes for Eternals?
Carnage. Oh no, I didn't see the Eternals yet.
So since it's been out for a while, I'll give you a spoiler. The guy played Jon Snow, Kit Harington.
Yeah.
He didn't play a big role in Eternals, but he's in it. Obviously, he's the Black Knight. At the very, I think it's the second end credit scene. He opens up the box, and it's got. Now everyone says it's Excalibur. I don't think it is. I think it's a black sword. And he goes to touch it, and it's moving, and then you hear in the background a voice. You don't see who it is, but you hear a voice saying, "Oh, you think you're ready for that? Because it's going to change your world." And apparently, the producer flat out said, the director said, "Yes, it's Herschel Qualley, whatever his last name is, who's playing Blade. So they're having Blade with the Black Knight. So they might team up together, which then becomes Marvel Knights, because they have Moon Knight coming out with fucking Oscar what's-his-face, which looks that show looks phenomenal.
Oscar Isaac.
That show looks insane. So he played Apocalypse, now he's playing Moon Knight, which it looks good. It looks like a fucked up Batman.
I'm very fascinated to see what's going to happen also because they're bringing back X-Men 97. Do you see that, the cartoon? They're bringing the continuation.
They're bringing the cartoon back. It's a continuation from that, yeah, which I heard, which is amazing. But I also...
To me, they should have done Wolverine and the X-Men that ended with the Age of Apocalypse. I wish they brought that one back.
That was the last season finale. I also heard another rumor that the X-Men are with Doctor Strange saying they're all coming through, that's maybe the X-Men coming through, pushing mutants.
Whoa.
I also heard that since Rocket mentioned Thanos snapping twice on Earth, that's what kicked over the X gene. So, well, I mean, they got to bring them in eventually. They got them just sitting there. The Fantastic Four is just sitting there. And they keep hinting at that in the last Spider-Man movie. Now you have the new Spider-Man movie. So it's like, come on. You have all this IP. Stop putting it out there. Let's go.
I know. They need to bring the Fantastic Four in, man. Once they bring the Fantastic Four in.
With Moon Knight and Morbius, all that bullshit. Give us the heavy hitters. Give me fucking, Wolverine. Give me a real Jean Grey. The first two movies, the originals with Hugh Jackman, were phenomenal. The last one sucked the mega dicks.
I think the first two movies, I love the First Class, and I also love the Days of Future Past was fantastic.
Yes, Days of Future Past was good. But I'm talking about the first two with Hugh Jackman, the original one, and then the second one with Alan Cumming playing Nightcrawler, which I finally I told you that story. I told him that once finally. I'm like, can I finally geek out to you and tell you, Jesus Christ, you were great as Nightcrawler? And he's like, and he keeps telling how much he hated the fucking role. He hated putting on the blue makeup. He was not he was like, but then again, back then it was 12 hours of makeup to then go shoot. Like even Dave Bautista was like, I hated the makeup for Guardians, the first one, because I had to, sit in 9 hours of makeup. They whittled it down, thank God, to 1 hour, 2 hours. Like the chick who played Nebula, she shaved her head for the first movie. Wow. It's like the next couple movies, I told them, I'm not shaving my head, figure it out. And they did. They figured out how to ball cap it and whatnot. But could you imagine being in makeup for like 10 hours and then have to go and sit on the set for 10 hours? I'd be miserable.
Yeah, that's rough, man. That is very rough. And
one day.
It's crazy. Dude, what you think about the Obi-Wan Kenobi show? It's happening.
Was already shot. They shot it already. They're in post-production right now. It
looks good. But they bring in, they got Christian again. That's Vader. But Vader. So I guess they're going to have another fight between Vader and that we didn't know about.
Well, he's also coming back in Ahsoka's show too, which I don't get, because if you watch Rebels, they have their ending in Rebels. And apparently Rebels is part of canon, so I don't know how they're gonna do this.
But she didn't get killed in Rebel.
No, but her and Vader had their fight.
Yeah.
They had a great fight. Which I love, that one scene where she cuts his helmet and you see half his fucking face, and it's all, it's awesome.
Oh man. I didn't see that.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing with Maul. You know what I've seen? I'll send you the clip on YouTube after this. It's the same thing with Darth Maul. He was great in Rebels. So there's rumors of him coming back to portray his.
He was killed by Obi-Wan Kenobi in Rebels the second time.
Yes, at the end. It's quick as shit. But apparently in this trailer, and this, again, the rumors are rumors, but apparently the rumors are that Ray Park's coming back to play Darth Maul, because he's at the end of Solo. Just ever see Solo? He stands up because he's the head of the Red Sun. Red Sun?
Yeah, he's like the head of he got his own criminal empire.
Yeah. But he does that in the books. He becomes the head of that empire, because he hates both the Jedi and the Sith alike, which was awesome. I was glad they got rid of his robot fucking spider legs, because I hated those things. Spider-Man fucking Maul. It was horrible. It was so bad. But but it'll be interesting to see. I mean, like I said, if it's anything like The Mandalorian, I'm waiting to see Book of Fett. If it's anything like The Mandalorian, I'm going to fall in love with it. The Mandalorian was done so well on so many levels.
Yeah, it was very well done. And the thing is, they had so many Easter eggs in it.
Yeah, and that's kind of what kills me. It's like they're doing the due diligence. They're doing the stories and the characters what they're worth. Am I a little bummed to see so much about Boba Fett? A little. I think a lot of his stuff should have been left to question and to lore. In the Clone Wars, you have them saying that he's not a Mandalorian. He stole the armor. And then in this series, they're saying, no, he really was. Don't worry about it. He was a Mandalorian. It's like, come on.
Yeah, they don't
Make your
even
fucking
know.
mind.
Because even in the Star Wars game, they don't even got him down as a Mandalorian. They got him down as a
He's just wearing the
bunny
badge.
hunter.
Yeah, he's just wearing the armor piece. But in the Clone Wars, he says, "I met one of your friends, Jango Fett," and he goes, "Jango Fett was never a Mandalorian. He was a thief who stole the armor." All right, cool. But then all of a sudden, you know, in the Mandalorian, Boba's like, "No, look, here's my lineage. I was a Mandalorian," and they're like, "Oh yeah, no, he was." I'm like, come on, really? That's how he kind of just washed it away. No, he is. All right,
Yeah,
fair enough.
I saw the way they did that. I was like, what? No,
No,
that's
it's
not
okay.
right.
Look, show me your papers. Here are my papers.
And you know who they're talking about to be a young Skywalker, to be Skywalker? They're talking about the guy that plays the Winter Soldier is going to be the new Luke Skywalker moving forward.
Really?
And he looks a lot like when they put him. He looks a lot like Luke. If you look at him,
Sebastian Stan, yeah. Well, I told you that story, right? About him.
What story?
He was a drinker Professor Tom's a lot.
Oh yeah,
Way back in the day. Yeah, he was drinking. He's drinking a lot, and the bouncer there used to have to throw him out once in a while, not because he was being a dick, just he was drunk. So you got to toss him out. So the bouncer was in fucking Hawkeye in Falcon Winter Soldier, getting thrown around by Sebastian Stan. I'm like, and then you used to throw him out many years prior.
Oh my god, that's pretty funny.
Like it's a full circle. I asked him, like, did you tell him that? He goes, no, I didn't. I'm like, why? I said, buddy, this is why you got to talk to. I would have first what I said to him on set was, you probably don't remember me, but I used to bounce at this bar that I used to go to all the time. I just throw your ass out. I just laugh about it, make a big joke about it. Because all it takes is that one celebrity to say, you know what, I want him in more scenes. That's it. Look at the idiot from what was it, The Big Short, with Ryan, not Ryan Reynolds, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
He had a guy with him who was just an extra, had no lines, and Ryan Gosling fell in love with the guy just as a person, and got him to put lines in the movie for him. I'm like, do you know how much of a payday that is? When you get 3 lines in a movie, you get paid.
Yeah, because you got a little bit of royalty for having those lines.
Yes. Artie Lang said he made something like $50,000 every year for Elf. Now, mind you, Elf is a classic, but just them airing it on TV, he gets $50,000 for the very short amount of time he's in it.
That's pretty funny.
That's crazy.
That's crazy money. You know what? You know what I just saw from Panama Plus. I saw the South Park Cobra what they call the Cobra special, the post Cobra special.
The post COVID,
like
the re-COVID.
But it's so funny because they're adults. It's not the kids. It's like 20 years in the future. They just
I heard it's rough.
Dude, they like Alexa, like I think it's Stan is married to like Alexa, and she's like a woman. Alexa, turn on my TV. Alexa, change the channel. What the fuck you want me to do? It's funny, man. It's very funny.
I watched part of it. So at work, there's only certain things you can and can't watch because HR reasons. But I was watching part of it, and they were like, it was getting rough. I'm like, you guys got to turn this shit off because it's gonna get one of us in trouble. But it's South Park, man. Their pandemic special with Mickey Mouse banging a goddamn bat was, in its own right, insane.
You heard Thor. I think Thor is going to be in some new movie. The guy that played Thor, he's going to be in a few more movies. After the Thor movie. Huh?
Helmsworth.
Yeah, he's going to be, after this next Thor, he's going to be in another movie. I think he's even going to be in the Guardian of the Galaxy, too.
That he is, yeah. I heard about that. He has Thor: Love and Thunder, which I think is filming now. No, it is filming now because they had leaked photos of Jane Foster becoming Lady Thor, which I have a feeling is going to be really good. Did you see Ghostbusters yet?
I did not see. Everybody say how good it is. I did not see it.
Bro, it's I won't lie. I cried in the theater. It's a tearjerker. It sucks. It's a good old school 80s movie, and that's why that's like Bumblebee. Bumblebee was I hate to say this, it was a good Transformers movie. It was an old school John Hughes movie with action.
You know what they're doing now? They're gonna do they're doing the Transformers, so now the franchise is gonna be the Beast War.
Really?
Why? They're gonna make a bunch of Beast War movies now.
Why?
I don't know, but that's the next thing they're gonna do.
I hope it tanks badly.
I wish they would do more of the Bumblebee, like another Bumblebee movie. You know, I thought that was.
Dude, Bumblebee was phenomenal. They're overdoing this shit. So the only way I liked Transformers as beasts is when it was Grimlock and the fucking Dinobots, because they were dumb as shit, and they were just would fuck things up. But now you're having the Dark Side of the Moon, and they were really here for the whole. It's like when you make things too complex. Come on, like enough. That's why I think the Eternals shit the bed in the movie, because it was this huge, long 2.5 hour movie that could have been done in an hour. Like there was so much drawn out for nothing, and at the end you're like, oh, so Thanos was right for doing what he did. All right, now I get it. Like you literally believe, all right, Thanos was right for this. That's great. And in the first end credit scene, his brother shows up, who's an Eternal. So you're like, all right, so Thanos was a deviant, which in the comics he is. I get it. I'm like, all right, I'm confused now. So confused.
But his brother is Sly Fox, right? No, Star Fox.
Star Fox, yeah.
And you know what that guy does? He's the guy that gets everybody horny. That's his power.
Yo, I didn't know this, but he got Me Too'd.
Did he?
Did you know that? Yeah.
I didn't know that.
In the comics. A couple of years ago, they wrote a comic about him being Me Too'd and put on trial because he uses his pheromones to get women to fuck him. And they really don't want to do it. So he got to go on trial for being Me Too. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Oh,
that's almost as bad as the new Warriors with Safe Space. For those who haven't watched other shows, if you have not looked at the new Warriors, look it up. It was Marvel's way of trying to be PC and put out the cool things. And oh my God, did it end badly? It got shitted on so badly. It's bad when you have like 1 million views and 700,000 people are giving it a thumbs down. That's bad.
Do you see that they finally called this guy Bronze Breaker? They call him a genetic freak.
No, did they?
Yeah, and in the War Games match, he did the Frankensteiner. He did some move and
he's got moves.
That got moved. That guy's gonna be a huge star. And he pinned the champ, and they pretty much buried the black and gold brand. And you see that Kyle O'Reilly and Johnny Galapolo are leaving. I think O'Reilly signed a contract extension, and so did so these guys pretty much, once they're done, they can just walk on another show. So don't be surprised, especially tonight. You got AEW and USBC Arena tonight. Don't be surprised if one of those guys shows up.
I'll be asleep. I'll watch it tomorrow.
Dude,
I go to bed. I go to bed in about 30 minutes.
Did you see like Adam Cole last week say something about Undisputed?
Yeah, I mean that'd be cool as shit that came out.
Imagine if you could have like the freaking like their form of the Buddha Club, like with Omega and Bucks, and when you put one more guy in there versus the Undisputed Era.
It'll be interesting, but they can't call them Undisputed Era. They got to call them something else. Well, what would they?
Oh, they'll call it something else. They can call them the Era. They don't have to call them or they can call them the Undisputed. Or call them
the new
era.
era. The new era. Like the new day, the new era.
Yeah. And the new, you know what? I can see the new day. I think everybody thinks that it's gonna be Keith Woods. I think it's gonna be Kofi Kingston that might turn.
Really? No, I hope not. I think Woods would be a better heel personally.
But the problem Woods is getting so beat up by the heel that why would you be a heel?
Because he's tired of getting beat up.
That's true. He joined the bloodline.
Yep.
Dude, that
can't beat him. Join him.
My thing is that thing with Paul Heyman and fucking Roman Reigns is fantastic. It's like a episodic episode every
It's
week where
crazy. Just the way he plays it out, though. My tribal chief. What does my chief want?
the way I didn't know my tribal chief. I didn't know that Brock was going to be here.
So you know who
Wise
looks
man.
good? Tony Storm. Bro, she looks good.
Oh my god! I think
She got.
I think she lost some weight. Definitely.
She's a thick girl though. She's still, those legs could
Yeah.
fucking crush walnuts. And what's his face just posted a photo. Lacey Evans. She's looking back in shape, but she posted her giving birth in a tub in her house, and I was like, I don't know how you broads do. Like, I have a kid. I watched the birthing situation where my son she had to go through a C-section. So my son, she wasn't breaching, and all this shit went on. And all I kept thinking is, like, if you're home in a house and you have those complications, what the fuck do you do? Rush to the hospital quick? Like, I understand
They probably had people there. They probably had a physician there or something. Don't believe
you
that
can't do a C-section in your house though.
Oh no, but if you got problem, then you got the ambulance. They could put you in. They got stuff. There's always somebody. And then you have women that have no problem in birth. It comes right out. And you know what? It might not be that dangerous for her also because I think this is like a second kid too.
I get that, man. I get it, but still, like, I saw a photo of her standing in his tub, and the fuck is wrong? The kid's just gonna fall out of you? Like, what the fuck?
They learn how to swim, definitely.
How's that comfortable? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. You know, put him in the hospital. Yeah, and I'm all about holistic stuff. Trust me, I get it, but
that's what do they call that? That's like natural birth, something like that. The underwater
birthing,
they got some weird name for it. But it's funny, you know, there've been a lot of people that done it. A lot of celebrities had done it, you know.
Oh, we should definitely listen to celebrities because they're not fucking weird at all. Any of them.
Dude, what do you think? I think that new Batman movie looks very good.
I hope they're touting what's his face a lot. They're already saying part 2 is coming out. Like, they can't even part 1 out yet. They're saying part 2.
Colin Farrell looks so good as the Penguin.
Oh yeah, he does. He looks phenomenal.
Oh, and you heard the big news? The guy that played Daredevil in that Daredevil series,
yeah.
I think they just re-signed him for the DC for the Marvel Universe.
Oh shit!
Because they
Charlie
talk about
something. I think his name is.
Yeah, Charlie Cox, and they talk about him. They also talk about the guy that played the Kingpin they might be in this Hawkeye show.
Plus D'Onofrio. Vincent D'Onofrio. I was shocked at him being the Kingpin because he wasn't a big guy. But my biggest problem with the Kingpin in that, their adoration of the Kingpin was he was a bitch. He was a bitch. He was a mama's boy bitch. He cried all the time about something. The Kingpin in the comics never cried about shit. He fucked shit up. His superpower was he was so strong he'd hold you under the folds of his flab to suffocate you. So seeing him as being this whiny little bitch, I was just like, not buying it. I don't like it.
You talk about the one in the Daredevil show? I thought he was very good.
He was a whiny bitch. He was
very good because you knew the guy.
But he was a whiny bitch.
When he was in jail and he got rid of the Punisher, I was like, whoa.
But he was a whiny bitch. He was a whiny bitch. And that's not what the Kingpin is. He's not a one. Oh, I want to marry you. I love you. Like, what the fuck? He reminds me of the fucking that idiot from Of Mice and Men. George. I want to marry you. Shut the fuck up. Shut up, stupid. I think the villains of all those shows on Netflix, I think the best villain so far and the best season of all of them was Jessica Jones season 1, the Purple Man.
The Purple Man was so fantastic because he was dark, man.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It was twisted as shit. The one scene where the girl murders her family and commits suicide. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? But that was a dark show. I mean, that show I thought was great. Second season was kind of The third season was like also, it was okay. It wasn't great, but it was okay. And the Defenders was horrible. It was so rushed. It was just like, all right, whatever. But I think they knew at that point that Marvel was being a bit bought out by Disney, and then they were gonna have to, cross all
Yeah,
that
because
shit out.
it's amazing how many shows are still coming on Hulu from Marvel TV because they did all these shows and now they're releasing them. Like that show, the Monkey Killer, that guy, that's Marvel. It's a Marvel adaptation of a Marvel comic, and the way it
Oh wow.
ends, the same thing like Hellstorm. They introduce all these characters, the son of the devil, all this, and it ends after one season, and they end with a cliffhanger. So I don't know what they're
That's the
gonna
shit
do
that
with all
kills me.
this show.
Like the Runaways. Fucking that show was phenomenal.
Three
And it ends
seasons
with
of
a
a
huge
great show.
cliffhanger. The cliffhanger was insane. I'm like, well, finish the fucking show then.
Yeah, because in the Runaway, that the black kid, that's the main kid. He saw himself in the future where everybody's powers. Remember that?
With everybody's stuff, yeah.
Because he actually in the comic book, he winds up killing half of the team and taking the powers.
Yep.
You
So
know,
I was bummed they canceled that shit too. I never got. I knew you mentioned Cloak and Dagger. Never got into it. I couldn't get through a couple episodes. I was like, I was
Cloak
getting
and
too tired
Dagger
of it.
was 2 seasons of it was fantastic, especially the last episode. I even love it that they showed up on the Runaway.
Yes, that was cool as shit. But I like that. I like when they have like Buffy and Angel. They jumped shows back and forth. I like that a lot.
I love that way they did that. The crossover shows. Those are very good shows, man. Very good
Yes.
show.
All right, handsome. Where are you going to be this week?
So this week I'll be at the International Bar Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, serving drinks from 10 to 8, and you got to get there before 10 o'clock because at 10 in the morning I have a full bar now. It's insane how many people show up at 10.
Really? Wow.
It's pretty crazy. The other thing, if you're around next Wednesday, it's my birthday. I'll be around. I'll be hitting some bars and getting lumped up.
Next Thursday. All right.
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Yeah, I'll be 45, 49.
I'm about to say 45. Bitch, you ain't that young.
49.
All right. We'll see what I'm doing. Like I said, my hours, I can't do much. I'm exhausted.
So where you going? You're like Carmen San Diego now. Where is FreakJonn in America?
Well, the Mermaid right now is in Key West. And I'm flying into New Orleans to see her on Friday. So if you're in NOLA and you feel like saying hello, come look for me. I'll be somewhere. Probably at Coyote for a couple drinks. Then go see some burlesque shows.
You should go see Charlie Kelly.
What happened?
You should go to Three Brothers Saloon and see Charlie Kelly.
Is he there?
He's there. That's where he works. If you're going to be there, hit him up. FreakJonn.
Yeah,
He'd like to see you.
I will definitely go see him. I'll have to shoot him a text.
Yeah, show him a text. I think you're friends with him on Facebook.
Yes, we are. Yes, sir.
All right, Johnny. Oh, and
all right, handsome.
I'll definitely
another hour put in.
Yeah, but I gotta tell you, I'm definitely gonna watch AEW tonight because I think there'll be some surprises tonight. I think it's gonna be a very good show.
Anything. Don't spoil anything. I said I'll watch it tomorrow. Going from work at 1 o'clock. I'll sit. I'll make my little stuff with something to eat, and I'll watch it. So don't be texting me at fucking 11 o'clock tonight, telling me what's happening. Like you always do. You hammerhead. Did you see that? No, I'm sleeping. Leave me alone.
All right, to everybody. We'll see you soon. Happy holidays to everybody's family. Have a safe and wonderful New Year's. We'll probably do a New Year's show before this is over because we got to do the in-year review of all the madness that happened in last year and the year before that. So, guys, Thank you for all the support. Thank you for always tuning in. And fuck you, thank you, and bye.
Don't get drunk.
Get lumped up. See you next week.
Bye, Felicia.